B. Roberts here. I hope you're well. I'm actually jumping on now to talk to you very quickly about brand loyalty, which is something that when I was at uni, I was very passionate about. One of the things I studied for at uni was around why brands are able to attract people to their business and have loyal customers. If you think about people that you follow, brands that you follow, people that are in love with brands that will never leave brands. You've got a favorite hairdresser, you've got your favorite food supermarket, you've got your favorite brand for your cleaning products, maybe. Why do we fall in love with brands? That's the question I want to ask today. So if you didn't know, if it's the first time you're watching me live, or if it's the first time you're seeing me stream, I'm V Roberts, and I am the author of the Marketing Planner, the Majestic Marketing Planner. And when you're live, just say hi and let me know that you're with me. I'm not sure who's joined live, and thank you for joining live. It's a Friday, not sure where you're watching from. So let me just quickly say hi to you, and you can let me know who you are. I want to talk quickly about brand loyalty because there are probably three core reasons why people stay loyal to brands, and I want to share with you my experience and also give you some tips. And the first thing I want to share is that branding is much more than just your slogan or your logo or your visual identity or your website. Your branding is actually built up with relation to how you make people feel, the emotional side of your business. So the experience someone gets if they call you, if they visit your website, if they interact with you on social media, if they interact with you on a live stream, if they attend an event, if they read your book. Your brand experience is actually what helps to build brand loyalty. So, for example, maybe, I don't know if any of you have ever watched my streams before, but you may or may not know, I absolutely dislike a shop called TK Maxx. And the reason I dislike it is because of the experience I have when I go in the store. Really, everything's all over the place. I feel very, very disorientated, so to speak. It just feels like a big market to me. But there are people that also love that experience. They like the experience of going in, looking for goods, finding bargains. They love all of that. Whereas me as a consumer, my preference, my personal preference to buying is to be able to go in, see the price in front of me and purchase. So therefore there are two different types of experiences there. And that kind of experience, for example, I might get in a high street retailer like Debenhams or House of Fraser as examples. And if you're based in the UK, those are high street stores. If you're not based in the UK, they are two probably big name stores that a lot of people are familiar with. So thinking about your brand and how you can boost brand loyalty with your brand, put yourself into your customer's shoes. And if you're watching live, you can let me know what your business is. Put yourself into your customer's shoes. What is it your customer will experience if they buy your product or service from you? How do you make them feel? Because the emotion is very, very important. The experience they get. And I've covered off experience. Let me just tackle the emotion part of it. That is how you can actually connect with people, by sharing your brand story, by telling people more about why you do things, maybe sharing customer wins, maybe sharing aspects of your journey, your staff, who you work with behind the scenes. There are lots of different things you can do in your business to actually build brand loyalty. So the emotional connection is important as well. Now, if you, for example, take brands like Apple, or you take brands like Tesco's, or you look at brands like Coca-Cola, they are really, really good brands for sharing their brand story. And even Red Bull, what used to be one of my favorite drinks, really, really good at sharing their story. And so we're able to, as consumers, connect with their brands. If you imagine the John Lewis ad, the Christmas ad, and everyone goes mad at Christmas time, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, we kind of buy into the advertisements, the whole story that they build in the ad campaign. And one of the things John Lewis are very good at, as well as Coca-Cola, just two examples off the top of my head, are telling brand stories and connecting on emotional levels. And so your brand needs to do the same. The emotional aspect of your brand as you're building your brand is really important. So the brand story, sharing what you do, why you do it, and also looking at how you can connect more with potential customers, not just your existing customers, because obviously you can retain loyalty by keeping your existing customers happy, but also sharing more in relation to your brand and actually telling people more about why you do what you do, and sharing your personal journey and more about how your brand is made up, why you buy organically sourced products, why your staff are based in Europe instead of in London, or why they're based in the Caribbean or in Asia instead of London. You've got to share your brand story for people to connect with you. So the second point there was on emotion. And the third one is about value. And, some of us are obviously price sensitive and some of us aren't. But one of the things that I know as a consumer is that in most cases, we will always want to know what the price is, or, how much something is, to decipher whether or not we can A, afford it, and B, get value out of it. So I guess the third point I want to mention is that if you are, as a brand, not aware of the value you're bringing, maybe if you're not aware of your unique selling points, how you differ from others, the makeup of your brand, and what value you offer in terms of deliverables, what's the outcome of someone buying your online course, reading your book, buying your recipes, hiring you as a coach. You've got to think about it from your consumer's perspective, from your prospect's perspective. And so that third point, which relates to value, is important. I'm not talking about brand values. I'm talking about the perceived value. If you have consumers or prospects or people that will buy into your brand, or potentially want to buy into your brand, people that you've nurtured relationships with, they will actually be interested in your brand on a long-term basis if you are able to consistently deliver value. So that third point for you relates to value. And, branding is certainly not about things like your trademark or, the whole legal side. Branding is not just about your product or service. That's the tangible. It's not just about the advertising or the marketing, because that's how you deliver your message and how you promote your brand to others. It's about the experience. It's about the emotion. And it's about the value you offer. So just a very quick stream today. It is the weekend. I'm sure you've got lots of things you want to be doing, but I wanted to hop on now just to remind you of that, and to just drop that seed for you to think about how your brand is, effectively enhancing its experience, the emotional connection with others, and also the value that you deliver. As a brand, how are you performing when it comes to offering value, when it comes to connecting emotionally with people? Have you got that personal touch? What's the experience people get? What's your brand personality? All of these things are important. So, think about that. If you've got any questions, comment below. I would love to hear from more of you. My mailing list, if you want to sign up to get email notifications, I've got an email that comes out every week. And depending on your preferences for the emails, you may even receive 2 emails a week. So you can sign up. I'll just put a link in the chat box there. And of course, if you want to, it wouldn't let me post it. Never mind. I'll post it in the caption when I've finished. Also, if you are interested in finding out more about what I do, outside of the live streams, I have a free blog with lots of information on it via LinkedIn. So you can search my company page on LinkedIn. And I also do lots more videos. Check them out on the YouTube channel. Have a great evening, whatever you choose to do. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye.